EPF says higher dividends could be in store as the benchmark CI looks to be on the mend this year. Over the weekend, the pension fund declared a 5.7% dividend for 2016, the lowest since 2009. This was on the back of record-high impairments, almost 8.2 billion ringgit, the bulk of which was from listed equities. But this year, it looks like local shares could do better. CEO Shahrial Ridwan says there are signs of increased activity and interest in Bursa, with the benchmark CI now at the 1,700 level. So if the market improves or holds steady at least, impairments may go down as the EPF has already booked in most of it. Couple that with stable gross investment income, and Shahrial says the EPF will be okay for 2017. EcoWorld International has secured 2 cornerstone investors for its planned 2.5 billion ringgit IPO. They are the pension fund EPF and investment fund PNB. According to EcoWorld International, the two parties have agreed to subscribe to an aggregate of 140.4 million IPO shares, over 30% of shares allocated as part of the institutional offering. Joint global coordinators for the cornerstone agreement are CIMB Investment Bank and Maybank Investment Bank. EcoWorld International has also signed a share subscription agreement with Guocoland, under which a Singapore company will take up a 27% stake of the developer. The company's other co-anchor is parent EcoWorld Development Group, which will also hold a 27% stake after its listing. The IPO is expected to be concluded in 2 months. The company expects to start paying out dividends in its fiscal year ending October 2019. Petronas Chemicals or PetChem saw fourth quarter net profit jump some 40% on the back of higher production and sales volumes and a stronger US dollar. Earnings came in at 987 million ringgit from 704 million a year ago. Revenue rose 14% to just under 4 billion ringgit. That's pushed full-year net profit up about 5% to 2.9 billion ringgit. Top line was marginally higher at 13.9 billion ringgit. The group declared a second interim dividend of 12 cents per share. MD and CEO Sazali Hamza says the improved performance was recorded during a challenging year. Going forward, the group expects its operational results to be primarily influenced by global economic conditions, utilization rates of its production facilities, and petrochemical products prices. It will also start operations at its new fertilizer plant in Sipitang, Sabah in the first quarter of this year. Malakoff Corp saw bottom line for the 3 months ended December tumble 15%. That's mainly because of the change in the estimated residual values of its gas-fired power plants. The change was necessary as its dependency on gas in the future generation mix will be less than coal. Malakoff also saw lower contribution from Port Dickson Power due to the lower tariff of the extended power purchase agreement. Net profit for the quarter stood at about 90 million ringgit compared with 106 million previously. Revenue climbed 25% to 1.7 billion on the back of contribution from subsidiary Tanjung Bin Energy, which started operations last March. It announced a 3.5-cent single-tier interim dividend. For the full year, net profit slumped 21% to 355.5 million ringgit. Revenue improved by 15% to 6.1 billion. The change in residual value estimate may have affected bottom line, but it hasn't affected Malakoff's operating cash flow. The group generated a net cash position of almost 2.4 billion ringgit in FY16 from its operating activities. Group MD Azhar Abdul Hamid says Malakoff is now on the lookout for new overseas ventures and acquisitions, including potential business diversification. The Education Ministry's former Sekjen Madinah Muhammad will be Malaysia's new Auditor General. She's replacing Amrin Buang starting this Thursday and will be holding the position for 2 years. Citing Chief Secretary to the Government, Ali Hamzah, Bernama reports that her appointment was made with the consent of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong upon the advice of PM Najib and following consultation with the Conference of Rulers in accordance with the Federal Constitution. Madinah is 60. She holds a BA Honours degree in Political Science from USM, as well as a Masters of Science in Human Resource Development and a Doctorate in Human Resource Management M. She was also previously the Secretary-General of the Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. Amrin was the Auditor General from February 23, 2006.